Hi there. I want to share some of my thoughts around the current pandemic and the state of fear that a lot of people are experiencing. I help a lot of women and couples on their journey to getting pregnant because my wife and I had a 10-year fertility journey. I really understand what it's like, and it's great to give back to that community. And whoever I'm working with, it's all about changing their mindset, letting go of blocks within them to help them create and conceive more of the life they want. And a lady on my fertility list emailed me to ask me my thoughts on the pandemic and some of her fears. And she found my answer really helpful. I thought maybe it's worth doing this video to share some of my thoughts more widely. And the fear often is related to a fear of not knowing, a fear of not being in control, a fear of the unknown. And even when I sent that video, I felt very relaxed about the whole thing, the pandemic. And thankfully, my wife and I and my son don't have any underlying health conditions. But actually, since sending that email, my wife has developed very strong symptoms, flu symptoms, cough, temperature, aching. She recently travelled back from the States. So we're self-isolating here in the UK. The recommendation just changed yesterday to be 14 days self-isolation from the beginning of symptoms. And it kind of makes the thing a bit more real when it's actually happening to us. And it's easy for my mind to run away thinking about business. I'm self-employed. What does it mean for businesses moving forward, the economy? That's all future thinking. I know we have no underlying health conditions, and my father-in-law is kind of getting on a bit. And some of you may be worried about family members, even your own health. Maybe you have underlying health conditions. It is worrying times. And it is unknown. You know, we haven't been through this before. No scientific experts know exactly what to do, and they're conflicting ideas about how to deal with this. So it really is uncharted territory. And life as a whole, every day is a new day. Nothing can predict the future in our life, not even our thinking, even if we think we can. Nothing can predict the future, not even our thinking. So there's a lot of fear about, understandably. So what is fear? Fear is an emotion. Emotions are thoughts. Emotions are not created by circumstances. Yes, these are crazy, crazy circumstances, but they don't create the fear within us. That's not cause and effect. It really looks like it's that. It really feels like it's that. But whatever emotion we're experiencing, it's our perception of the situation that we're experiencing, our thoughts, the meaning we take from it. Fear is all future thinking, and the future hasn't happened yet. It's our imagination. If it was the circumstances that created our experience, then everyone would have the same psychological experience to the circumstances, but it doesn't happen that way. If it was the circumstances that created our experience, our feelings about it, our experience of it wouldn't change until the circumstances change. But we have good days and bad days. So 100% of our human experience comes from our thoughts. So the fear of the unknown is the thoughts and beliefs about ourselves and life we're bringing to the situation, whatever that situation is. So a common question is, okay, so does it mean some people are more prone to this fear of not being in control, the fear of the unknown than others? And the answer is yes. It doesn't mean you were born with it. No one's born with it. It's not a personality type. No baby or toddler is born with the fear of the unknown. For the babies and toddlers, they're just most of the time just being fully present to the moment, living in a whole world that's unknown to them. It turns the world into a place of wonder and mystery for them, not of fear. It's all learned behaviour. We learn this. As children, we learn about ourselves and life through our experiences, our perception of our experiences. That's why siblings can have the same kind of parenting in a way, but have different personalities because they have different perceptions of those experiences. So it's all learned behaviour. Even with say fertility clients, when I love whatever clients I'm speaking to, when we speak for the first time, we dive into their situation. It's not uncommon we kind of unfold childhood experiences that are contributing to their experience as an adult today, whatever their life situation is. And it's always a light bulb moment they make that connection. Someone made that connection before, but often people haven't, and they're quite surprised what childhood experiences may be contributing to their experience in the world as an adult. And when I began to realise this, that it works one way, it's inside out, when I came across this 14, 15 years ago, when I had fear of financial security, fear of all sorts of things, fear of loss of love, it was a real light bulb moment awakening to me to realise it wasn't my circumstances, it wasn't my bank balance causing any fear or insecurity, it was my thinking about it. I'd never contemplated that. And it's really empowering to start to realise actually it's my thoughts. But the other side of this is you can't control your thoughts, you can't control your human experience. It's about changing your relationship with it. This is what I recommend. The first thing is to realise that, your human experience are thoughts, your stories, your childhood habits. And when we begin to realise that, it can take the power out of it. We can allow it, knowing we don't have to be scared of it, because it's not what we think it is. It's our thoughts. We're not scared of what we think we're scared of. We're scared of what we think. So the first thing is to recognise, the true source of our human experience. The other thing is to recognise the true source of our sense of okayness, our security, our well-being. And that's within us. We're born with it. We're connected to something bigger. We're okay whether we feel okay or not. I lost my father. It was the strongest grief I've ever experienced. It was the first parent I'd lost. I could feel this kind of almost duality where there was immense grief. But at the same time, deep down I knew it was going to be okay. The life was going to be different. It wasn't necessarily going to be worse, it's just different. Whatever happens is going to be okay. That allowed me actually to feel the grief, allow it, not be scared of it. In the past, I buried my feelings, I resented feelings, especially negative feelings. I thought they weren't good, and I had this very, unhelpful relationship with feelings. The more I know my feelings are coming from my thoughts, I'm no longer scared of them. Sometimes I get tricked by it, sometimes I fall for it and get immersed in it. But more often than not, I'm not so scared of them. And the second thing is knowing that I'm okay whatever happens. That we're born with this innate well-being, we're connected to something bigger, an energy behind life that's got our back. That enables us to feel okay, whether we're rich, poor, whether people have terminal illness, they often find that sense of well-being. Because our sense of well-being, our peace of mind, is not dependent on circumstances. It just feels that way. But feelings can't be trusted. Feelings are thoughts, they're memories. They're filters we're looking at ourselves and life through. So the first thing is to remind yourself of that. You're not scared of what you think you're scared of, you're scared of what you think. The second thing is reach out if you want a conversation to see if I can help you maybe pinpoint some of your childhood habits or thought beliefs that you picked up that are contributing to your experience. Whatever it is, whether it's around this virus outbreak or whether it's anything else in your life. And the third thing is, I usually don't teach clients techniques because I help them change their relationship with their thoughts and feelings. I help them to really connect to their true sense of self that knows they're okay whatever happens. It's an understanding, it's a connection, it's an experience. That enables a change to be more effortless and be more natural. But I want to teach you something right now which may help you in this unprecedented time. If you start to notice you're feeling scared, you're worried, feeling out of control, I want you to close your eyes. You can even do it now. You can close your eyes. And if that fear, anxiety, whatever name you'll give that emotion, was represented by a younger you, how old will they be? What age you comes to mind? If that emotion is represented by a younger you, what age you comes to mind? Imagine that younger you in front of you. Notice them. How are they feeling? Be with them. You might notice they're feeling a bit isolated, they're alone, they're scared, they don't feel loved, whatever they're experiencing, they really feel quite isolated. Because the thing is with our fear, we tend to resent it or try to change it or get rid of it. That's like having a toddler having a tantrum and pushing it away or turning your back on it or resenting it or even telling it's wrong. When it all needs is understanding and love. This part of you just wants to be loved and know they're okay. Connect with them. Reassure them. Tell them you love them. Ask them if it's okay that for the two of you to do life together, to do this thing together, whatever this thing is. To do life together. Well, it's okay for the two of you to work as a team. And notice how they feel about that. Notice how they experience that. Maybe there's some reluctance to trust you because as a kid they didn't maybe trust people around them, but it's going to take time. Just be patient with them. You may notice how they do feel able to connect with you and you can connect with them. You can feel more united with them. You can love them. Maybe hug them. Just envelope them in love. When you can feel you're able to do that, they're willing to do that. Imagine integrating them back into you. It's no longer separate, they're part of you, they're within you. And the two of you can do this as a team. And you may be surprised how your feeling of fear begins to dissipate. And is replaced by a feeling of calmness, oneness. If your experiences are caused by circumstances, they would never be possible. It would never be possible to find a sense of peace without a change of circumstances. Your fear is part of you that is scared, maybe doesn't feel loved, doesn't feel equipped. When we come back to the here and now, we've got everything we need. As a human being, we're designed for reality, this moment, whatever's happening in life, we've got what we need. Fear is future thinking. Your future's running off, your thinking's running off into the future, but the you in that imagination is not the fully resourced you. Because that you, your soul's in this present moment. And it's got everything he needs or she needs. Come back to the here and now. This is where you have everything you need. This is where you find connection to your true self, connection to something bigger, and all your innate resources that you need to be okay, to know you're okay. So come back to the now, keep breathing. You've got everything you need. Fear is the misused imagination. It's a story from the past you're bringing into now. Allow yourself to allow it. Don't resent it. Don't fear it. Love it, embrace it. You're going to be okay. Whatever happens, you're going to be okay.